Hi everyone, it's Amanda. I thought that you might want to hear about how my day went. Today was supposed to be my trip down to Seattle for my blood work, my upper endoscopy, my EKG, and my 1 month check-in visit with my nurse practitioner who is my dietitian for my 3 month medical supervised weight loss program. So we got up extra early, went down to Seattle. Um, Took almost 2 hours to get there. We planned to be there early in case of traffic, so I was like 20 minutes early, which was nice. To turn this TV down, hang on. I'm in the living room. So I met with Carol, my dietitian, and she's very happy with my progress. I'm 9 pounds down. 9, little, little. And my home scale is 6 pounds less than what their scale is. So it's nice to know what the differential is, but it was a little sad to also see that because I was hoping for a bigger number. But 9 pounds is better than no pounds, so I'll take it. She's very happy with the progress I'm doing. She asked my husband a couple of questions. She's very happy that, I have my support team and that he actually came with me. She said that that's a really good thing. And she kind of slapped me on the wrist and said, no carbs, none, no. I did cut them out considerably. I switched us to reduced carb bread. It's like 45 calories a slice. When I make sandwiches, I do the sandwich thins, which are like 100 calories. She's like, no potatoes, no pasta, no rice, nothing. So that's going to be my next goal for this next month, is to axe that out completely. She forgot to do my EKG. I forgot to even mention it because my head was just spinning with everything else, and I was very nervous about having my upper endoscopy that I just spaced it. So I went down to the lab to get my blood done. I was supposed to have my upper endoscopy at 11:30, so that should have given me enough time to get to the lab, get my blood work done, and get over to where I needed to be. So I get down to the lab, and I guess before I explain this, I'll make a disclaimer. I am not trying to discriminate, I guess I could say. I'm not trying to be rude with what I'm going to say, but there was definitely a language barrier between everyone involved with taking blood from my body today. The lab technician was probably in her 50s, and she's, I guess, Middle Eastern. And the other lab technician was, I want to say she's Chinese. She might have been, no, she is Chinese. But the gal that was supposed to be taking my blood, she said, do you have your lab order? She said, do you got paper? I'm like, yes, I have my paper. I hand her my stack of labs, and she goes, what is this? And I said, that's my lab work. And she goes, all of this? And I said, yes, all of this. So she's flipping through here, and she like read the first couple of tests. She goes, oh, are you having kidney transplant? And I said, no. And she kept going. She goes, oh, you're having liver transplant. I said, no. Gastric bypass. She goes, what is that? Okay, you don't know what a gastric bypass is, yet this hospital is supposed to be one of the best places to have gastric bypass in my state. That's a little nerve-wracking. So she goes, okay, when is surgery date? And I'm like, I don't have surgery date yet. She goes, what? No surgery? I'm like, no, this is pre-surgery lab work that they want done, so I can have surgery. And she kept going, I cannot. Well, then the other gal gets involved, and she goes, what does matter? And she goes, no surgery date. And she said something I couldn't understand because they started whispering, and she said, no sticker, no surgery date. Well, I guess, and I understand wanting to have all the information complete, but she refused to print out the stickers because I didn't have a surgery date, and all these stickers had to go on all these test tubes that they were taking for their lab work, which I understand the concept. Well, then this other gal comes by, and she's American, or she speaks English, I guess I should say. Like I said, I'm not trying to discriminate, but there was language issues going on. She, plain as day, has told them, oh, you need to use today's date. We're switching to a new system. The computer won't let you even print them out anyway without a date in there. She doesn't have a surgery date. The default is today's date. Well, then the Chinese gal started going, oh, no. And she's freaking out, and she's rambling a mile a minute. And then the gal that's supposed to be doing my blood, I cannot. Supervisor say no. I cannot do this. And she's flipping through the orders, and she's like, this is too much blood. Cannot do too much blood. Well, then the other gal, that, English gal, she grabs my paperwork. She's flipping through it, and she goes, this is all the blood work and urine you need to have done? I said, yes, I am a gastric bypass patient. She goes, oh, okay, Dr. McMahon. I'm like, yeah. She goes, okay, not a problem. She looks at the other gal. She goes, yes, you can do this. And she starts to pull the vials, and she's like, here you go. She's giving her baby steps. That lady, I cannot. They sat there, the three of them, arguing over, yes, you can. No, I can't. Yes, you can. The Chinese gal's like, go get supervisor. I call supervisor. The Chinese gal's on the phone. The Middle Eastern gal, I cannot. No date. She's flipping through my paperwork like magically she's going to find a surgery date that I had no knowledge of. And the other gal's like, no, trust me. She's all clicking away on the computer, pulling up all the orders. You can hear the printer working like she's already printed out the stickers. She knows what she's doing. The other two gals are, oh, no. They can't get the supervisor on the phone. They're arguing. Well, then they start arguing over the type of tests I'm supposed to have done. And the Chinese gal goes, why does doctor want liver and liver 3 and liver blah, 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 and blah, blah. And I said, they're probably trying to see how my liver is functioning before he goes and digs underneath it. Oh, no. They only want these if you're liver transplant. And I was like, well, you better call upstairs and talk to their office. Oh, no. The other gal's like, don't worry, we'll just run it all. So while they're arguing over the blood work still, the gal on my side hands me a cup, and she goes, I need you to go into the bathroom next door, do your urine test while we're waiting to get your blood work figured out. Okay, I've been there for 45 minutes. Finally, we're getting somewhere. Okay, yes, give me the cup. And I explained to her, I'm having my upper endoscopy at 11:30. I do need to pee, but probably not that much. She goes, it's okay, you just need like this much. That I can do. So I go in the bathroom, do the test, stick it in the door, push the thing, but the thing didn't lock. It's not like the same mechanism at my primary doctor's clinic, where as soon as you close the door, you can't open it from that side. You got to open it from the other side. It's not like that. I closed it, and I opened it right away. I was like, okay, this is kind of weird. This is like old school, whatever. I go back into their broom closet of a lab, and meanwhile, I can hear people coming in and out of that bathroom, and I'm like, anybody could go in there. Who would? Anyone could go in there and mess with my stuff because you can open that door up. So I was getting a little nervous. I was having issues thinking, okay, I'm going to not only have an upper endoscopy, but I'm going to be late for my upper endoscopy. So I go and I finally, the gal finally, they get it settled. I held up one of the test tubes. Test tube started here at my finger and went down to here. So they were long test tubes. And they did 15 of them. 4 of them had the gel at the bottom of them. And the one gal, she's thunking around on my arm, and she's like, what arm do you normally have blood from? And I said, my left. She's thunking around over here. And I don't know, at this point, my patience level is non-existent. And she goes, what vein do they take your blood from? And I said, what vein? I don't know. Well, they just stick me. She's looking around. She's like, oh, do you have veins in your arms? You have no veins in your arms. What? So I was like, whatever. So she finally sticks me. Feels like she's cramming a railroad tie up my arm, and then she proceeds to take a gallon of blood from me. Well, here it is, like 11:20. I'm supposed to be checked in. I thought I was in the right part of the hospital at 11:30. Nope, I'm in the wrong building. I have to go over to the old building. So I have to go up to the 3rd floor. From the 3rd floor, I have to take the Sky Bridge over to the next building's 3rd floor. And from there, I have to take their elevator from the 3rd floor up to the 5th floor. We get over there. I get to the check-in desk. She goes, what are you here for? I said, upper endoscopy. She goes, what's your name? I said, Greenwood. She goes, Amanda? I say, yes. She goes, oh, you're late. I look at the clock. I'm like, yeah, about 4 minutes. Sorry. She kind of goes in this little attitude. Slaps the bracelet on me. Gives me paperwork to fill out. I go and sit down. My surgeon comes over. The gal yells across the hall to, I guess, the orderly and says, your patient is here. Well, my surgeon says, you are late and I don't know if we're going to be able to get your test done. What do you mean? Well, you were supposed to be here 45 minutes ago. What? No. And I explained to him what was going on at the blood lab. He goes, I understand you had another appointment. And he goes, and I saw you with Carol. And I said, yeah. So I told him about my issues at the blood lab. And I even told him, I don't even know if they're running the right tests. So you're going to want to double, triple check on that because I would like to not get poked again. But he, yeah, apparently I was supposed to be there 45 minutes before 11:30 to get my IV done, get all set up, blah, blah, blah. And I wasn't there. And I told him that when the pre-registration nurse called me 2 days ago, she told me my check-in time was 11:30. And he goes, no. So they set me up with a new date. And I was madder than mad. I was in tears. I was upset. So now I got to see if my boss will let me have the time off. But I'm supposed to have my upper endoscopy and my EKG done on the 11th. And then the 13th is my sleep study. And then the 22nd is my 2-month check-in and my ABG, your arterial blood gas. So, and then after that, I should be all done. Hopefully, I'll have to meet up with the pulmonary specialist and go over the results of my sleep study by then. And then come December, I should have my last check-in, and then it's all waiting for insurance purposes. So I was kind of glad I didn't have my upper endoscopy because having that much blood done all at once and not having anything to eat or drink, and even the 10 minutes that it took me to get from lab work up to where I was supposed to be, I've been in bed like all afternoon because I'm just drained. And right now, even though I've eaten and I've drank and I'm drinking like crazy, the best way to describe how I'm feeling right now is to say that I have a hangover. And I'm not a big drinker or anything like that, but I just feel like I've been hit by a Mack truck. So I'm kind of glad that I didn't have my upper endoscopy after all, because I don't think I would be able to go to work tomorrow with all of that. So I'm going to close this for now because this has been super long and I don't want it to shut off on me. And I will try to get on here and give you guys more updates on other stuff and get caught up on watching my videos. But full moon tomorrow, so I hope you guys all have a good Friday. People aren't so crazy for you as they were for me today. So my thoughts and prayers are with you, and thank you to my new subscribers, and I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.